Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Real Drinks with Ali Flores. That's me, Ali Flores. And this is the podcast where we talk about movies. I grew up a longtime film buff, so much so that I started doing film and television and became an actor. And I decided, you know, what's better? What's better than hanging out with your friends, talking about movies and drinking? So I created this podcast. So I'm inviting my friends, people that are in the industry, producers, actors, writers, directors. And today I have a very good friend of mine. Um, we've met, you know, several years ago. We've done a lot of improv together. He's very, very funny. So please welcome Mr. Matt Tremell. Matt, how are you, buddy?
Ali. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you in your jaunty blue shirt?
I'm doing well. It's a school night and I'm full of beans.
Wait, what does that mean? Full of beans?
I don't know. I'm just excited. It's what us cool cats say,
Oh,
Ali.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were in the cool cut zone.
Right? We'll get
So,
there.
Matt, we officially met at Mama's Comedy Show, correct?
Yeah. On stage, potentially.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like,
Might
all right,
be.
who's playing tonight? And it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
In fact,
Um,
I think it was. I think it was one of those where, and I think you've probably had it too, where it's, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Show starts. At some point, we do a scene together. It goes fun. We look at each other and go, oh, we're friends.
Yep, that was it. I was like,
Boom.
oh, this is good. You yes and well. We're gonna have fun. It was great, and then we became really good friends. And God, I don't even know how long ago. It had to be close to 10 years ago,
Somewhere around there, I'd say.
about 9 or 10 years ago.
There's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are in the industry as an improv guy. You don't do any film and television, correct?
Nope. I did not like auditions.
You weren't a fan.
Nope.
What was it about auditions that turned you off?
I think is that I kept getting called back and I never got hired. It was like 10 times. And I was like, you know what? This isn't that fun. So I think at that point I was like, you know what? Maybe film and TV is not what I'm cut out for. So then
So
I
you're
did
like,
it.
you know what, I'm out. We'll just stick to improv.
Yep.
Yeah, and Matt is a phenomenal improvist. He's great. He's one of the best in Orlando. I love working with him. One of the downfalls of Matt is he likes really bad puns, like so bad that you want to punch yourself in your genitalia. Um,
Wow, that's a whole new one.
yeah, it's bad. I've stopped talking to him for several weeks because of something he posted. Um, yeah, you
What's
and
that?
Ed Budd. Ed Budd is the king of dad jokes, and you do the same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
So bad. Do you have one in your back pocket right now?
Back pocket right now. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
I don't know.
Because it was dead. It's not even a pun.
That's not even anything. That's just wrong.
Joke ever. But see, you're laughing. It worked.
Oh my God. So Matt, how long you been performing? When did you get the performing bug?
I started in 1999. It's not like I've performed every week since then, but yeah, I've been performer for I guess 20 years or so now. So yeah,
Oh wow.
it's
So
been a while.
cool. And were you in plays and stuff, or did you just start doing improv?
Yeah, I did plays and stuff in high school and enjoyed that. And then I kind of got away from it in college for I think no other reason than I just didn't do it. No conscious thing. But then I got out and I got the itch to do something that I saw. I was living in Milwaukee at the time, and I saw an advertisement for improv. So I went and learned. At that point, I was a super fan of Whose Line Is It Anyway? So I was like, you know what? That seems pretty fun. I could do that. And
Sweet.
it turned out I couldn't, but then after a while I could.
Yeah, and for those of you watching us on YouTube or listening to us on iTunes or wherever you can hear us, Milwaukee is the improvisational hub Like if you can make it in Milwaukee, you can make it anywhere. Such greats come out of Milwaukee, like Slappy McPhister. Such a oh my God, the bits that he had. Oh God, he was good.
He did, and he did like to slap his bits too.
Yes, very much so, very much so, and that's what made him famous in vaudeville, at least. Um, so-
You know, I hate to tell you. Well, this will come around later, but let's keep going. I'm gonna
okay,
remember this moment in a little bit.
okay. Um, okay, so you're steeped in improv. You like slapstick. Um, were you a Stooges guy or were
Not really. I mean,
no?
it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't get me. It didn't get me the same way. No,
Okay.
I've always been more of a. I think uh, more of a. Actually, I don't know. I'm for whatever I think is funny. I don't think I can categorize
So
myself.
old school, like growing up, did you like? I grew up and the Stooges were on, so I loved the Stooges. I love them.
I did. I liked
Um,
Red Skelton as a kid.
Red
All
Skelton,
like
yeah.
that stuff. I mean, I did like Stooges, but my dad had me watching Python when I was pretty young.
Oh,
So like that I saw pretty early. Pee Wee Herman when I was
yes.
like the original
Now you
movie
talking
they
about Playhouse or the movie?
did. Yes. No, the stage show they did, which I believe they got based on, or they got the show based on that show,
Hmm.
was on like HBO a ton, and my sister and
Yeah,
I we watched it 50 times. So stuff
nice.
like that.
And that's what got you into. It was like you know what? I want to start performing. I want to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. All right. So steeped in comedy, Mr. Matt Tremell. What are we talking about today on Real Drinks?
Today, Ali, you and I were born around the same time, so I'm
Hmm.
sure this is in our wheelhouse.
2001.
Yep. Two. We're gonna be talking about. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Yes, of course. That's when we were born. The movie The Naked Gun, starring
Yes.
Leslie Nielsen.
What a wonderful film.
Yeah,
Um, so many laughs packed into an hour and a half film.
that's it.
Um, and it's one of those films that is an iconic film. Uh, uh, I feel bad for people that are younger that have never seen it, but I think the film still holds up. I think it's brilliant. The acting and everything in it, the gags, the direction, the writing, all phenomenal.
Agreed.
So when you saw the film, how old were you when you saw the film? Do you remember?
I think I saw it in the theater. Whatever.
Really?
When did it come out? 94, maybe.
Ish?
I think. Yeah, I think I saw it in the theater.
89, 90, something like that?
90. Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, I would have been whatever that age, 13 or 14.
Wow, and you saw it in the theater. See, I didn't see it in the theater. I didn't see it until after I got like into college. Well, I grew up in a very small town where you had to drive 40 minutes to go to a movie theater. So it was a special occasion. So I rarely got to see films growing
I,
up.
I had the same movie. That was the same in my small town. I just would see it. We'd get it, but it'd be like 4 months later.
Oh,
Sometimes if it was going on, it'd be to video at the same time it would be opening in our theater.
oh,
So that may be why I was able to.
wow. Okay. Okay, so before we get into it, it is
Yes.
Real Drinks. So we've talked about the reel. We've talked
Mhm.
about the film.
Mhm.
What are we drinking?
Well, tonight.
You're already ashamed. I can see the
You know what? You know what? I'm actually not ashamed. That's what's so shameful about it. Because I think I know that you're ashamed for me,
I'm so ashamed.
which just makes me endlessly entertained. Tonight, Ali Flores, we'll be drinking Smirnoff Ice screwdrivers. And why, pray tell?
Hold on. Let's before that. So we talk about, hey, I let my interviewer, when they come on, my guests, I'm like, hey, I want to drink something based on this. So he thought of a great reason. I went, oh, a screwdriver. That's perfect. I'm like, I've got the ingredients in my house right now. I don't have to go shopping, which I had to go shopping for almost every other podcast we've been doing. I'm like, all right, I got to go buy that. I got to go buy this, which by the way, I've got a ton of liquor in my house right now. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, oh, I got those. So I find out someone doesn't like vodka and he goes, Oh, what about this? And what did you?
Well, I did a little Googling just so everyone can see the manliness next to the manliness. The Smirnoff Ice.
So I have a legit
Oh, a real one.
screwdriver.
All right. Well, let me open this so we can cheers
Salute. There you
properly.
go. Boom.
This is my first taste ever of one of these.
Mm.
First taste ever.
Uh,
Dear God, it tastes just like orange juice.
it probably does. That means it's dangerous.
That's what I was about to say. Dear me.
Yeah, that means it's dangerous. Did you say "dear me"?
It,
Did you clutch the pearls? As what? Dear me.
that's what all of us ladies
Oh
say.
my. Just
I have been watching a lot of Murder, She Wrote. Don't judge.
Angela Lansbury is hot. I'm sorry.
I
And
mean-
she solves crimes? Come on.
I know, right? With her. Doesn't. Okay.
All right, so we're talking about the Naked Gun.
Mhm.
Why are we talking about the Naked Gun? What prompted you to suggest this movie?
We're drinking screwdrivers.
Oh,
Because,
why? Yes, it's why.
That's all right. Because if you'll know, one of the stars of the film is Orenthal James Simpson, otherwise known as OJ.
Yes.
So, in his honor,
What was the other reason? Hold on. What was the other reason, which I liked as well?
what was the other reason?
What's the color? Look at the color of it. That's what we started thinking about.
Because
the
it's
color.
because you're talking about because it looks like piss.
Yes.
But I thought lemonade. Your idea about lemonade was good too. But yes, because Frank Drebin takes a really really long pee, I was like, well, why don't we drink piss? Which of course I was joking, but Ali was like, okay, great. What about lemonade?
No, that's brilliant. I'm like, that's exactly what I want for the podcast. I'm like, yes, something inspired by the film, and that's brilliant. Like if we do a League of Their Own, we're gonna have to do the long pee. I mean, it's got another long pee.
Well, you're happy now because you know that you can go right back to your friend.
I can.
Smirnoff Ice screwdriver.
I feel like they should be a sponsor right now.
I think they are.
Yeah, I think it might happen. Okay, so we're talking the Naked Gun, and we're drinking.
We're 5 of these. They
screwdrivers.
seem like anything. What?
We're drinking screwdriver. Well, I'm the only one drinking a real screwdriver.
Hey, this was mixed by hand by a robot in I don't know, Georgia maybe.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. Sorry. Say what you were gonna say.
Georgia in Russia.
Yeah. Yes,
Smirnoff.
probably. You're right. Mm-hmm. They ship it all the way.
Okay, so I know a lot of our viewers and listeners have never seen. Oh, is that COVID? You got the Rona? What was that?
No.
Okay. I don't. Do we need to?
What?
Do we need to mask up? I'm just saying. Okay, so we are doing the Naked Gun. Give me. Why was this on the list? Why did this pop out immediately to you? The Naked Gun.
Oh man, I love this movie. I mean, I've seen it so many times. There's a lot of jokes. Like when you said packed, it really is packed. There's visual jokes, I mean, audio jokes. They put stuff in all the time. Like there's not a funny scene. It's just continuously throughout. And I think they
Yes.
with all 3 movies. Like I couldn't pick. I mean, The Naked Gun is the original, but honestly, all 3 of them,
Yeah.
I like them the same. I really
Yeah,
do.
me too. 2.5, 3 1/3.
Oh my God, they're great. They're great. And I mean, the Zuckers, they struck gold.
Yeah.
With this one and other films they've made, of course.
Yeah, they've been all right. You know, they've done some decent stuff.
Right.
So for people that have never seen Naked Gun, give me the rundown. What is the Naked Gun about? Not just the gags, but what's the
Sure.
plot? What's the thing?
The movie is based off of a TV show that the Zuckers did called The Naked Gun Files from Police Squad, which only went 6 episodes, but they took the idea and they put Leslie Nielsen, who is traditionally, before this, a dramatic actor, and put him in this role as the straight man, where he is, I don't know if you call him bumbling, I guess, bumbling detective who is trying to stop the murder of the queen.
Yeah, Matt. When somebody when somebody's at that level, you don't just. It's not called murder. It's assassination. So he's trying to stop the assassination of the
Just
Queen
trying to
of
stop
England.
plugging the queen, huh?
Eh, somebody's gonna whack the Queen.
Plug the queen.
So it's the Queen of England.
On it. Sorry.
And okay, so we
Yeah.
got there. You go. So
So the
continue.
assassination of the queen and Ricardo Montalban's in there.
Yes. So you're give me the plot points here. So you've got Leslie Nielsen's character who's trying to is a bit of a gooble. He's the bumbling detective trying to
Yes.
stop the assassination of the queen. Ricardo Montalban plays who? The villain. He is
Okay.
the antagonist.
Frank Drebin, gets into it because Nordberg, played by O.J. Simpson, he is he's scoping out these boats. He goes in. They're looking for heroin dealers or something. He goes in the boat. He gets attacked by sort of. He kind of attacks himself and gets into the hospital. So Frank's like, I'm gonna find out who hurt my friend.
Yes. And by the way, those of you watching, this is the international sign for scoping things out.
Yep.
It's this right here, scoping things out.
I can't put my finger on it, but it's somewhere over here.
So he's in the hospital. He's almost killed. What he's
Yes.
doing. So Frank Drebin is investigating what's going on, and then he stumbles upon a greater plot.
Right. Yeah.
And the plot is Ricardo Montalban's character is trying to get the Queen of England assassinated.
Right.
And then
He's
comedy
been
ensues.
yes. He's been hypnotizing brain manipulations of people, making them kill against their will.
Yes, that's right. He's making people. There's a big line that he says, "Anybody can be a sniper or an assassin."
Yeah.
Yes. So let's start from the beginning. We start off with that iconic police squad opening where they're following the light, the siren, and they just keep going into random green screen. Tish, 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 tish. It tells you right off the bat this is going to be silly. This is going to be silly. It's going to be awesome.
That's the stage
Yeah,
perfectly.
because I think right, especially now, everyone's waiting. What's the meaning of this? What are we getting out of this? Oh, this is just too silly. This isn't. Oh no, it tells you this is. You don't look for plot points. Don't look for this. You're just here to have a good time. So enjoy it. And I like that about this film because it just right off the bat, boom, this is what it is. Puts it out there.
Yeah.
When you say, or when I said it, and then you reiterated it, which is exactly how it is so packed with gags. Like I watched it again, and what's funny is it had been a long while since I'd seen the movie, and you think you remember the movie because you remember most of the bits.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, for those of you who've not seen it in, let's say, 10 years, you haven't seen it, but you think you know the movie, you're going to go back and you only know 10%
Yeah.
of the gags that actually happen. And the beauty was I was laughing out loud so hard at some of the bits. And I'm just like, oh my, I don't even remember that bit. It's so good.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think I told you the other day, like my wife and I just rewatched this maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and and like you, I hadn't seen it in a long time. It was one of those where I watched it a lot, and then I was kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna put this away for a while. I don't need to watch it for a while, and then yeah, we were both laughing out loud, which I don't laugh out loud at movies that often, even if they are funny. That's a thing, you know.
How often does your wife laugh out loud? I mean, outside of sex with you?
She did. What's that? She did once in the early 2000s before I met her.
Oh, she did once then?
One time. But No, actually, we laugh a lot. We watch a lot of Python together. She's a big Python fan.
Yeah, I think this falls in the same type of silliness. I love. Now, are you talking about like Flying Circus, or are you talking about the films?
She likes she likes the films, I think, more than I do, but she does like the Flying Circus as well.
Python is great, and it really is an acquired taste. If you don't get into it, it just for some reason people just don't get into it. And British humor, especially that type of British humor, um, is hard to get into. But it struck a chord with me immediately.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this: I've been introducing my daughter probably when she started around 6 or 7, when she started actually liking movies. I started introducing her to my favorite stuff. I've
Nice.
not introduced her to Naked Gun yet, and I will because I
Oh,
think she will laugh so hard.
yeah.
Um, but she liked a few of my favorites, and the test was Holy Grail. I went, let's see what she does with this.
Yeah.
And I thought she didn't really dig it. I think she was doing it for me, going, no, it
Yeah.
was good. It was good. So the next morning, I'm in my office and I'm doing some work, and I hear the opening number as I'm working. And I went, and I open my door and I go, are you watching Python again? Yeah, it's so funny. And I almost started crying. I was like, oh my God, I love you so much right now. Oh, and she
That
loves it.
moment you realized that you loved your daughter.
That was the moment. That was the moment. Uh, okay, so Naked Gun.
Yeah.
You've got Leslie Nielsen. You touched on that. He was a dramatic actor,
Yeah.
um, primarily. Like that was his gig, and he was
Yeah.
good. And it wasn't until I don't know who directed Airplane. I can't remember who directed Airplane. Was it the Zucker brothers again?
Yeah. That was, I think David directed that one.
And they said, I don't want anyone who's done comedy before. And they brought in Leslie Nielsen, who is a dramatic actor, and that's why it worked so well. And it's something when I teach stand up, and I've taught improv as well, and some sketch stuff. But I always say you never play to be funny. You play the realism of the scene, and then the people will bring that funny to it. They'll see the funny, and that's what Leslie Nielsen is. That's his bag.
He is the ultimate, I'd say the ultimate straight man, at least in Airplane and this. I mean, and you hit on it there too. Him and Airplane. I think that's what, from Airplane to like, oh, we got to put this guy in more stuff, because he just plays a doctor, like a very serious doctor who happens to find eggs in someone's mouth on an airplane. That's
And
just what
but even
this thing happens.
when he finds those eggs, it's not a gag. Like he's playing it as, oh
Mm.
shit, what the fuck's going on here? Why am
Um,
I finding eggs? Like he plays it real. And that's what makes Naked Gun to me so good, is that no one is playing the gag. No one is playing the fake out and everything. They're just doing the scene as if that it's real. Um, go ahead.
and that go to your point. So I'm a big Weird Al Yankovic fan, which I think you know. I'm a
Hmm.
huge Al fan. I've been since I was 0. But Al does a cameo in all 3 movies. But just to let you know, like he doesn't perform any of the movies. On the first one, he just gets off a plane. The second movie, he plays a like he plays a like a drug dealer or something. In He just has like a short cameo scene.
Hmm.
And the third one, he does another. He's just another cameo as himself. What I'm saying is, you take in what most people consider a funny person and not use them as a funny person. Just use them as a person,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
they don't need to.
And I think if this movie would fail. I really do think it would fail if it took that vaudevillian
Oh,
style of ba-da-ba. Like it wouldn't, those gags would not hit the way they do because they're so subtle. There are so many gags that happen while you're laughing at one gag. Another one's already gone by that you missed
sure.
because they're just playing the realism of the scene. It really is a training ground on how to play slapstick and the terminology for now is dad jokes because a lot of this is just dad joke
Yeah.
stuff. But it's not about playing the joke. It's just about playing the realism of it and letting the funny come from it.
I think in that case, when you're the performer, you're just trusting your director, who, here's a scene. This is what we got. Trust me, this is gonna work. I promise you. Because I'm sure in a lot of those things, it's like, all right, well, this is just a conversation with two people. But then Priscilla Presley just happens to have a statue of a beaver.
That's I was just about to ask. I was going to say I was going to bring that one up. What's your favorite? Give me a few of your favorite gags, like the ones that come to mind automatically from that movie. That's the one that always comes to mind for me.
I
Like,
like when the one where, well, I don't know if this is something like that, where Ed says, he says, "What could it be? Sex, Frank? No, not right now."
and
Those are
that's genuine. Like, it's
no.
not right now.
No, Ed, I'm not attracted to you. No, Ed, I'm not gay. No, Ed, what the hell are you saying? Just not right now.
So essentially, he yes-anded him
Yep,
while turning him down. Like he was
correct.
like, not right now.
This
Yes.
one for me.
One of my favorites is the beaver. Nice beaver. Thank you. I just had it stuffed. And
See, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could pick one, but that sticks out to me. You know what? Actually, well, anyway, I can talk about my favorite bits forever, but
no,
then it's
please.
nerding out.
That's the whole point of this. Please nerd out.
I love when they're in where they're in the scientist's office or whatever. I'm forgetting everybody's names, and he's
That's
like,
okay.
and there's a really tall guy. Al, you got something on your face, and he moves his hand up. No, the other side, and then a banana just falls.
It was a chunk of a butt. You have somebody kaboom.
It kills me every time. I bet. I mean, I've seen it like 100 times. It still makes me laugh every time.
Because for normal humans, you have something. It's just a little thing, but he's so big. It's like, badoof. Just an entire. It's like a half a banana that falls. Um, oh my God, I loved. I completely forgot about this bit. I completely forgot about the gag. But they're like, where did they find him? Oh, they found him floating in the water, and they pan to the water, and there's a chalk outline floating in the. It's so good. I think
Yeah,
that was the first time I think I woke up my daughter is when I started laughing at that one. I'm like, oh God, she just woke up because I laughed so hard.
I will say also, like, if you're gonna watch the first one, please, you have to watch the second and third one as
Yeah,
well. You, I would say this is one of few times where the sequels do not disappoint at all. In fact,
no.
I think I might like two the best of all three of them.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch the other two. They're so great. Did you know that there was going to be a four?
No, I didn't know that.
And it was more of a like because Leslie Nielsen has passed, and it was going to be Ed Helms.
But instead, they put Ed Helms in the Chevy Chase role in Vacation, so that could fail.
I could not get that. I couldn't get through it.
I think I got through more than 5 minutes.
I couldn't get through it. And you know what's sad?
Yeah,
Someone that we both respect comedically, or not, we may not respect this person comedically, loves it. But Todd Farron loved it, and I meant
that's
I didn't
interesting.
even, I couldn't get through it. He goes, "You didn't even get to this scene?" No, it was so bad.
And you know what? I do respect Todd Farron, but I just lost a little bit.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, if it weren't for the fact that we were having sex at the time, like I would have walked out. But you know, you gotta
Maybe I'll
take.
have to give it another try. I don't know.
I
This is I don't know anybody else who's made it all the way through or
it's
that will even admit to seeing it.
and I'm a fan of Ed Helms. I like Ed Helms.
Sure. Yeah, he's great.
Okay, so we're in the middle of okay, so they found God Norberg in the ocean, and he's played by O.J. Simpson, who by the way was already starting to come of his own as an actor. He'd retired from football and then he started doing some TV shows and some movies. So it was at that point it was actually a name. It was a get to get O.J. Simpson
Sure.
at this point. Um, Like people were dying to get him. Um, so they got him. They, come on, that was a bad Tremell joke. Come on, how do you?
I'm with you.
Um, and you've got so many good people in this movie.
Does Ollie get his own joke? He gets his own joke. He does, right? Then I'll laugh.
Okay.
That's how it went.
Um,
What happens when you're drinking Smirnoff Ice screwdrivers?
give me the tagline. Give me the tagline for Smirnoff Ice screwdrivers.
A tropical song in every bottle.
Okay. Every now and then you got to bring it up, and I want to hear a Naked Gun esque commercial for that.
Okay, I can do it. Can I also point out best character name ever? Pap Smear.
Yes.
Which I didn't get that joke until I was an adult. Like
Why would you?
After you've had a girlfriend who whatever.
You have to have a long-term relationship with someone who's of age. Like you couldn't be in college. Like it never really happened in college stuff. It wasn't until after college, and you have someone, and then you know the joke, and that's another moment.
I have to go to the gynecologist. Oh yeah, I have to get a pap smear. What the hell is that? Oh wait, just kidding. Don't tell me.
It was so great.
No, thank you.
So the cast of you got to cast the right people for this type of film. Uh, you can't have someone. You can't have really newbies, like day players. You're gonna have some day players, but they better be good day players. Those of you that are not in the business, day players, it's someone that comes in for a day. They're going to shoot all of their scenes in one day. So it may seem like a small role. However, it's a good meaty role. You gotta bring it. And there were several really good roles that were day players. One of my favorite ones, and almost every one of the cameos, or not cameos, but little roles like that, you see them in so many other things. My favorite one is the who came after Norberg? Who was hiring? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. How about now? And he holds a 20. All right, it was this. Well, tell me this. Oh, I don't know if I can tell you now. My memory's, what about now? I do know that. And then he goes, why are you asking? Well, I don't know if I could tell you that. What about now? And they give the money back and forth. And Frank Drebin actually leaves with an extra $20. And oh, that was brilliant writing, because in the middle of it, he goes, I don't have any more money. Can you spot me a 20? Yeah.
That's
about now.
20. Low life scum.
It's so good. And there are it's so many. I'd love to have, like, on YouTube right now, they have all the kill counts they have shows that do the kill counts for horror films.
Yeah, but that's interesting.
I'd love the gag count on this.
Gag count?
Yeah, this and any porn. I want to know the gag count on. Holy cow. There's got to be so many.
Makes me want to.
Okay, so I know you're that guy. Okay. So you can't do that. You can't hit that dangly thing in the back of your throat.
It's called a uvula.
Yeah, I know what it is, but they say dangly thing. It matches. It works.
They call it the gangy thing.
So okay, so we get into the plot. He meets Ricardo Montalban, who, by the way, famous for two things. Or he's famous for before this film. What's he famous for?
Fantasy Island.
You got to know the other one. What would be the other thing that he's famous for?
I'm sure I know, but I'm not thinking of it right now. What is it?
The reason they cast him as the bad guy.
Dated your mom?
Swear to God, I will open up a can of Beat a Bitch right now on Zoom. I hate you so much. Khan. He played Khan.
Yeah, duh. Okay.
Wrath of Khan. So that's the reason they cast him, the Hispanic guy, as the German bad guy.
Makes perfect sense.
And they didn't even change his name. It's so German. It's like Mira, señorita. And like, whoa, wait a second. I think you're supposed to be German. But they cast him because of Khan. They saw him as a villain and they went, "That's the guy. That's the
That
guy."
tracks, because they get because they get other people who played villains before in the other film. So
Mhm.
that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah. So he meets up with him, and then he discovers the plot to kill the queen. Another one of my favorite gags is, and right now I'm starting to think that maybe I'm getting my movies mixed, but I think it's this one where he goes, he's got a picture of your wife. Um, he takes his wallet, but it turns out to be Ed's wallet. It's this one, right?
He's in this one because he's frisking people as they come into the queen's ball.
Yes.
Happens to grab Ed's wallet, and
Um,
it's Ellen. And then he just
and he
punches
starts beating.
Ellen, not Helen. Ellen.
Oh my God. Um, and Ed, um, apparently, like they loved him right off. They slated him right off the bat. I can't remember his name.
He is a famous actor as well, and
Yes,
I'm
and
for
I'm blanking. I don't know why I'm blanking. Hold on, let's look at. I've got a computer in my pocket right now.
only we had a device to help us with these sorts of
I
things.
know, and if only we had a good host that did all the research. That son of a bitch. He should have got this Naked Gun. There it is, right on the top. Because I did some research.
I should be the subject
There he
matter.
is, George Kennedy. Ah, such a great actor. Um,
Yeah,
and again, someone who just plays it, who
yeah.
just plays the lines and plays it real. Because I think 75% of these gags, as well as they're written, would fall flat if they tried to play the funny instead of just playing the scene.
Well, and also, I mean, you've taught improv, you do improv. Status is a big thing. These
Yes.
guys come in, they're already older,
Hmm.
status. They've been actors for a long time. You've seen them in something, high
Yep.
status. And they're carrying themselves in a serious way. So they have super high status. For
Hmm.
them to be delivering stupid ass lines, hilarious.
Can I tell you the equivalent right now to the those actors,
Tell me.
Kennedy and Nielsen, that went from dramatic actors to doing comedy would be Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin was a serious actor. He did some legit
It's true. No,
serious shit.
he was super.
Um, but it wasn't until he got into Saturday Night Live
Mm-hmm.
and they went, "Oh, he's funny
And he likes comedy.
and he's got great comic timing." Like really good, but he's another one that plays it real. His role in 30 Rock is brilliant, is almost Nielsen-esque because it's straight, boom.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's parallel. I would also put what's his name from who was in Third Rock from the Sun?
Yes.
I
He
would
was
put
also in, oh God, he won an Emmy for Dexter, which is phenomenal. That was the best season of Dexter. Lithgow.
John.
John
Yeah,
Lithgow.
I would
Yeah.
put him in the same category. Like, is definitely funny, able to do comedy, but is a serious actor with.
And I think you need both chops to pull something off, like the Naked Gun or 30 or Third Rock from the Sun, 30 Rock. All those things, you need that serious to be able to play it real and still have that timing.
That's. I was just gonna say, yeah, because comedic timing, you can't synthesize that. You either know how to do it or you don't, regardless of it's true. I mean, you can bring Bobby De Niro in and have him do comedy, but he must also understand comedy,
Hmm.
to just pull somebody from one genre to the next. But
And that's a good point. Bringing in Bobby De Niro for analyze this and analyze that. Obviously, a comedy. He paired well with Billy Crystal, but all they asked him to do was do the same roles he's done forever,
yeah,
and we're gonna mold it around in a comedy way. You
yeah,
deliver it exactly the same way you would in Goodfellas, in Casino. Do it exactly the same way. The situation around it will make it funny.
right.
And I think that all starts with the Zucker brothers with Airplane and The Naked Gun. Like it doesn't happen with that without those movies like that don't happen without Airplane, Naked Gun,
Yeah,
things like that.
I think you're right. That's definitely. I think they are the genesis of a lot of things. But yeah, but obviously they came from somewhere else too. Then you can take it back to the Marx Brothers and that sort of comedy. But I think, yeah, I think that still follows like a linear sort of comedic linear timeline, if you
Yeah.
will, from those things. And I'm sure it's paying dividends now because people our age are becoming obviously older, but they're starting to direct big feature films. They're starting to direct
Mhm.
TV. They're going to be the ones putting in. I mean, look at like Al is he's gotten a lot of extra fame and stuff because of, look at me. He's gotten a lot of fame, but like Jimmy Fallon's a huge fan of his, so he's on Fallon a lot. So he's getting some heat there
Yeah.
because Jimmy Fallon and I used to listen to Weird Al when we were 10. Like
Yes.
it's not together. I don't know Jimmy Fallon, but good for Al. He's been around long enough that
Ah,
people are like, yeah, let's put him on. So
no, it's great. So we get let's get to the climax of the film. It's all the hijinks that's going on. They're trying to get, find out, stop the assassination, trying to get
burn
there.
down Ricardo Montalban's office.
We have the love interest with Priscilla Presley.
She's
Um,
great,
oh,
great, great,
phenomenal.
super attractive. She's like,
You know who was supposed to, they almost had instead of her? Bo,
uh,
Der- Bo Derek.
I
Ooh.
said Bo Derek the same time you did.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, maybe I knew that or I just guessed. Wow, really?
Which I'm like, yeah, it was supposed to be Bo Derek. And
I would put those two kind of in the same.
yeah, you got to be gorgeous. But I don't know that Bo Derek would have been able to pull off the comedy the way she
That's
did.
true. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know her. I don't know her thing. But apparently, like Elvis was a huge comedy fan. I
Yeah,
guess.
I can see that. No, she had timing.
So you would think she would at
Hmm.
least know some laughs if she was pals with Elvis or married to Elvis. Yeah.
And
So
she had great stuff, great timing, great, again, playing the real,
mhm.
really good stuff. So that's all going on, and then we get to the climax. We get to the final game, and some of my favorite scenes are in that final game,
The
the
base game.
baseball game. And the first one was the opera.
Oh my God, he's so good. It's Enrico Palazzo.
Enrico Palazzo, and he comes out, and I still quote this to this day. Anytime the national anthem comes on, I always say "bunch of bombs in the air," just
Oh my gosh, so good.
and watching they cut back to Enrico Palazzo tied together, and he's just angry because it's his name. They're like Enrico Palazzo.
I like that. I like that he knocks out knocks out Enrico Palazzo, and I mean, 10 seconds goes by. Knocks on the door. Yes, Mr. Palazzo. Just a minute. I mean, in 30 more seconds, he's out, and of course, of course, it fits in perfectly. Even though Enrico Palazzo is probably 300 pounds or
Uh-huh.
something in this film, you know.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
And then after he finishes, because the cops are coming to get him, he's singing the national anthem. He has to go, runs away, finds an umpire, knocks him out with a bat,
It's an official bat.
boom, knocks him out, and he comes out. And brilliant plan, because you can come out and start frisking every player that comes out. Let's look at that uniform. Is this tucked in? Let's do this.
I like I I like that there's a little bit of a scene. So after it's like the seventh inning stretch, I think at this point, and he goes up as the umpire still is talking to George Kennedy's character, and he said, I searched almost everybody. I searched almost every baseball player, and he just goes, yeah, I saw that. We all saw you fucking grabbing
Oh my
every
god.
poor man.
Um, oh,
Oh,
it's so good. And then that first strike, and it stops, and it's so good the editing because it's like, and then you look at the fan, it pans back to the fans, and they're all going, "What? what are you gonna call me? He goes, strike. Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And then, then it just progresses because he's feeding off of the audience and just going crazy. And he starts doing the moonwalk at one point.
Yes, very in vogue at the time.
It was.
Actually,
Um,
not even passe then.
because I think it was 89 when this came out. I think it was 89. Um, so, I was 4 years old. And it was such a good,
Maybe it wasn't the first one. Maybe it was the second one.
um, just all of the stuff that happens in that. And as a baseball player, like I played baseball. I did some college ball as well. So I love that baseball aspect of this movie. The pickle that happens, the rundown, and then they start throwing in, and he throws the umps out. You're out of here. You're out of here. And then the final out happens. No. And then here they come. The player comes out. Must kill the queen.
Which,
Must
of
kill.
course, any assassin would say to himself.
Because they all turn into robots. Must kill the queen.
To be fair, Reggie Jackson was not.
Oh,
His skill is not acting, but
not at all.
charming. Yes, he's got it.
Comes out and does his thing. And Frank Drebin. I love the fact that he saves it, and then somebody who, by the way, is an actor, is a known actor, who says it's Enrico Palazzo. His one line in that film, and he is a known actor.
Who is
He
it?
he is he's a
I'm
oh
getting no.
God, they called him Chubby in one movie. God, what's the he was in television shows. He was in, I think he was in Better Off Dead. Like he becomes an actor.
Was
Um,
Yeah, he was. He was also in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, right? He was.
yes,
Yeah.
that's him. That's him. That's his line.
Yeah.
It's Enrico Palazzo.
Sorry, character actor, sir. I do not remember your name, but yes.
Oh, and so Frank Drebin saves the day. Um, but how does he save the day? Wait. So you say
You talking about the cufflinks?
yes. How does he save the day?
He's given, but that was in the beginning of the movie. He's given these.
Right, but he uses them now.
Yeah, the cufflinks in a very Bond-esque moment, and she tries to shoot Red, but instead hits a lady on the third tier.
Which how? How does he that bad? And the slow mo of her going, and just tumbling down, lands on Reggie Jackson.
Can I say also that in that baseball thing, there's a lot of moments where they just use dummies, where they're just like
Yes.
thrown in the air. But you know what I realized? It doesn't matter. It's still funny, even if you know it's a dummy. It actually, and especially if you know it's a dummy, it's even better. Because there's ones where they do like look at these crazy catches that have happened in other Angels games. Somebody loses a head, a tiger attacks the dude.
Gets hit by a car.
Yeah, there's like the fight, a dummy flies in the air. I'm like, you know what? This is still as effective. Just throw a dummy in there. It's great.
And all the announcers, they've like Tim McCarver. They've got so many. Dick Edinburgh. Dickie V is in it. And then they've got Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Who is kind of like a punchline herself.
At that point, yes. So yeah, when Ricardo Montalban takes Priscilla Presley up into the stands, like as a hostage, and that's the dummy thing because he's hitting people with her. That's a dummy thing, and then my favorite dummy thing, and you can even see the smoke from the hydraulics that it takes, but it's Norberg, it's OJ coming down in the wheelchair, and he goes and flies, and you still see the smoke from the hydraulics. Are like, it doesn't matter. It's still funny.
It doesn't matter. I think that's the thing for like comedy. Comedy gets a pass on so much stuff.
Yes.
And also, like, when you're watching it, you're not watching that closely. I mean, you probably see stuff now as you're an adult, but also you've been in films. You're looking for specific things. You know things that are happening, or can say, I wonder how they got him to fly in the air. Let me rewind. Oh, yeah, I can see it. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Somebody in props bill. It's great.
So Frank Drebin saves the day, saves the queen. gets the girl at the end. It's a great film. It really is. I think it's been listed in AFI's top 100 comedies of all time, and it should be. It should be.
It's its own. I think what makes it really stand out, and Airplane and and those type, it stands out. It's kind of, they've created sort of their own genre a little bit. Nothing else really. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's really been nothing else. There's been, the Loaded Weapon, but those were like, but that's also like a takeoff on, that's sort of just following their template
Hmm.
that they've already created.
All right, Matt. It's time
All right, all right,
for
Ali.
the Real Drinks quiz.
Wait, what?
The Real Drinks quiz. Have,
Drinks. You
oh
mean
yes,
with my Smirnoff Ice
yes.
screwdriver,
Please go.
where every woman is wearing what you don't want them to wear?
Okay. So I've got 10 questions for you. And what sucks is you've answered most of them already. And I went, shit, shit. So
Can't wait. All right.
after every two, I need a commercial, by the way. Question number one.
Yeah.
What is the movie based on?
Files of Police Squad, the Naked Gun TV series.
Police. Yes, very good. Ding, one. What is the villain's name?
Uh, Quentin Habsburg. Oh no, that's the second one. What was his name?
Let me change it. What is Ricardo Montalban's name? We talked about it,
No.
how he's a Hispanic in a German, a very German character name. No, I didn't think you'd get tripped up this quickly. Oh my God.
How crazy! I don't pay attention to those kinds of names.
You've seen this so many times.
Oh, tell me, this is maddening for me as well. Hold
I'm
on.
going to give you another hint because I have faith in you. Well, I don't know that you'll get this, but it's a brand of drum. There's a drum equipment that uses his last name. It's also a part of Mozart's name, I believe. His last name is a little bit of Mozart's name. Actually, Mozart's first name is his last name. Go.
Amadeus?
What's the other one? There's two.
Amadeus
Oh
von
wait, not Mozart.
von Helsing?
I got it wrong. I got the wrong person.
I don't know. God damn it! I don't know. Son of a bitch.
Vincent Ludwig.
Ludwig. God damn it! And you're right about the drum thing. I couldn't think of it.
Um,
Okay,
all
that
right,
was.
you missed one. There is a bonus, so you may still end up.
That's all right. I still have self-esteem. It's all right.
Okay. If you miss all of them but get the bonus, I'll still give you the 10. Oh wait, after two, I need a.
Smirnoff Ice screwdrivers. Come on, you can stick your tongue in the top.
Number three. What kind of fish bites Frank in Ludwig's office?
Japanese fighting fish. Although it's actually a lionfish, but they call it a Japanese.
Yes, very good. Very good. A lionfish. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. All right, we're back on track. I got faith in you. Number four. When Frank gets off the plane, he thinks the press conference is for him. Who is it actually for?
Weird Al was on the plane.
Yes, Weird Al Yankovic. And you've answered this one. Son of a bitch. What is the name of the giant cop?
Al.
Al. They only say it like 3 times. That's it.
You do. It's. I think just because I like that bit so much.
It's so good. Okay, that's 2.
Oh. Smirnoff Ice screwdrivers. Don't be fooled by our name. It's still terrible.
Okay. Number 6.
Okay.
There is a queen in this film,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also a princess. Name her. Now, you weren't looking, so I got to do this. I got to do it again. There's a queen in this film, but there's also a princess. Name her.
Oh, you talking about Priscilla Presley?
And why would she be a princess?
Oh, that's right. Because Because her dad was a king.
Her dad was the king. Boom! Nice. Number 7. I actually thought I would stump you on this one because I didn't think you were a sports guy. What Hall of Fame baseball player tries to kill the Queen?
Reggie Jackson.
Boom. All right.
Oh. Smirnoff Ice, screwdrivers. I've never met you, but I think you'd probably drink this.
This is going to be a deep cut.
All right.
We did not talk about this at all.
Ready.
What Oscar winner had a cameo in this film, and it just so happens to be his final film ever? A very well-known Oscar award winner.
Did he play himself?
No. He played a character. And he's actually should not be uncredited, but he's uncredited. I think at his behest.
Damn it. This is one of those you're going to tell me and I'm going to say, I should have known that.
I'll give you the character.
Okay.
He's the driving instructor.
I don't know his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Right? Extend your arm, raise your middle finger. Yes.
That is John Houseman.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Who was a professor at Juilliard, an Academy Award winner, phenomenal actor.
That's such a fun. Go for it, Stephanie. That's such a great thing. I don't know why that's a standout moment in the movie.
Uncredited.
Too.
He doesn't. I guess he didn't want. I don't know if he didn't like the movie or just like I don't want it. All right, this is going to test you.
Okay.
What is the full title of the movie?
The Naked Gun Files from Police Squad.
Let me talk to the judges.
Naked Gun : Files of Police Squad.
I'm sorry, they said no.
Seriously?
They said The Naked Gun.
Yeah. :
From the files of Police Squad, not files from the Police Squad, from the files of Police Squad. I'll give you credit.
You can give me half credit.
I'll give you credit for that. Number 10, what 2 teams are playing in the final game?
It's the California Angels and the is it the Brewers?
Color scheme is very similar. It's not the Brewers. It's very similar though.
Oh no, it's the God damn it. Mariners.
Boom! Oh, nice. Okay. Bonus.
All right.
The last game is shot in which stadium?
Okay.
If you get this, I'll give you credit for all of them.
All right. I honestly don't know for sure. I'm going to guess based on a lot of, I'm going to make an educated guess, which would be the how's the name of it? The Brewers Stadium in Milwaukee at the time, and I can't think of the name of the stadium. It's now closed. Now it's Miller Park, but
you're going with Milwaukee Stadium.
I'm going to go with Milwaukee. Yeah, it's not Milwaukee Stadium. I can't think of the name, but yes.
Okay. You know that this film was shot mainly in California. And it was the only 2 teams in there were the Angels and the Mariners.
Right.
But you went with Milwaukee.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know it was all filmed in LA, but I could have guessed. But Jerry Zucker and David Zucker are from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That would have been good, yeah.
Earlier, when you made a dig at Milwaukee being the comedy hub, well, it is, Ollie. It is.
Did you just call me Ollie?
Yeah, Ollie.
It was actually shot. Most people will think it's in the A's stadium or the Angels stadium.
What was it at the time? Whatever stadium.
No, it wasn't even there. It was at the current Dodger Stadium.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because last night I'm watching the movie and I went, "That's Dodger Stadium," because I'm a Dodgers fan. I went,
Oh,
"What
okay.
are they? There's no angels in the Dodger Stadium." And then I had to make sure though. I was like, "Did they have the same shit going on?" I had to type it out and make sure it was in fact Dodger Stadium is where
That's
they.
fantastic. All right, you've taught me. You've taught me. I've learned.
Yes. So I think you missed. What did you miss? 3 of these?
It's like 2 or 3, yeah.
I thought
But
you were
what
going to go all the way, man. I thought you were going to go all the way.
was Smirnoff Ice, screwdrivers. You've never looked so bad.
Matt, I fucking love you, man. I love you so much, dude. This was so much fun. Um, where can people find you?
At my house, I don't go out much. This is the most entertainment I've had in months. Uh, you know what? I have a podcast that I sort of do. You know what? Let me get back to you on that one. 703.
Awesome.
From time to time, you can find me at SAC, and hopefully soon you will see me back at Mama's now that my schedule has cleared a bit, and I can do a little bit more playing around with my friend Ali on stage.
So let's just say, hypodermically speaking, that people outside of Orlando are listening
Yeah.
and watching. Do you have? Let's talk about your podcast. Let's talk about where your Facebook, Twitter, whatever, wherever we can find you.
I don't market myself well. So I have a Twitter,
Okay.
I'm told.
Oh no! Now it's time for your dog to throw up. Yay!
No, he's at the throw. Okay, Jude, go lay down over there. My podcast is Matt's Holiday Movie Madness. You can find it on the internet. And it is at
Okay, awesome. And don't forget to take a look at Real Drinks on Facebook, Real Drinks with Ali Flores. Find us on YouTube, Real Drinks with Ali Flores. And you can actually find me personally on TikTok at Comedic Actor. Find me almost anywhere at Comedic Actor. Facebook, Twitter, Comedic Actor Ali on Twitter, Comedic Actor on Instagram. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. I had so much fun tonight. Give us one last commercial, and that'll be our way out.
Smirnoff Ice, screwdrivers. You can drive home, but you shouldn't.
Thank you, my brother. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
Bye, Ollie.